I used to think a good memory was a curse. Man, I could replay every mistake from a school board meeting 15 years ago like it happened this morning. Turns out that's not a memory problem, that's an unfinished processing problem. And there's a 500-year-old fix that modern neuroscience is now catching up to. You see, Cal Newport, the guy who wrote Deep Work, talks about something called attention residue. When you switch tasks or an end of the day without closing the loop on what happened, your brain keeps a background process running on it. That's why you can be lying in bed exhausted and still wide awake, replaying a conversation from 3 p.m. Your brain isn't done with it. I lived like that for years. 30 years in education, 10 years running an auto repair shop, and I carried every day into the next one, undigested. Then I found a practice that's older than psychology itself. It's called the Examen. Ignatius of Loyola developed it in the 1500s as a way for people to review their day with God, honestly, without spiraling into shame. It's just 5 steps. 1, gratitude. Not today was fine, specific, one moment, what was it? 2, review. You walk back through the day like film footage. No editorializing yet, you just watch it. 3, name the emotions. When did you feel most alive? Where did you feel most drained? Kurt Thompson's work on the brain and shame will tell you the same thing about Psalms already knew. Unnamed emotion runs the show from underground. Naming it is how you get it back into the light. 4, this is the one that people skip. Make peace with the one thing. Ask for forgiveness if you need to, or just set it down. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about closing the loop. Cal Newport's research says your brain is desperate to close. And 5, look ahead for tomorrow. Not with dread, but with one honest intention. 10 minutes. That's the whole practice. I do it most nights now. Notebook on my nightstand instead of my phone. So here's what surprised me. I thought this was a spiritual practice wearing a psychology costume. It's actually the other way around. The neuroscience of memory consolidation, the stuff that Andrew Huberman talks about with sleep and processing, it's describing the same mechanism Ignatius was pointing people toward 5 centuries ago. Ancient wisdom, modern science keeps showing up at the same door. We just forget to knock. So try it tonight. 10 minutes, gratitude, review, name it, make peace, look ahead. If that was helpful, subscribe. I do this every week. Ancient practices tested against modern research, made practical for people with real lives. We'll see you next time.